What's up everybody, this is Raw Deception, and today I'm going to show you something that I think is pretty cool, and you might say it might be a little suspicious. Alright, let's get to it. All right, were you able to figure it out? Well, let's take a look. So this is the contraption behind the door, and it's the same contraption I used over there to get up to this castle. And not only does it open with the wind charges, but also if you're up here, you can use something like the brush. So the brush, you come up to the door, you use it, and it opens the door, and it closes right behind you. You can use it from this side as well. It opens and it closes right behind you, and you can use a variety of different things, different methods to get in and out this door, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But for now, you can see exactly what is going on behind the scenes. All right, so this is the launcher I used, and it uses wind charges in the dispensers, as you can see, around the pressure plate, and this will launch you pretty high up in the air. Believe it or not, I could make it launch us all the way to the top of there, which is 50 blocks. But I use this in a variety of different ways. I'm going to use this to launch myself up to the door. I would say minimum, you want 2 dispensers active. 1 dispenser won't shoot you up higher than, I believe, your normal wind charge. So if you do 2 dispensers left and right, not this one, you just activate these 2. As you can see, if I take these 2 out of here, it will launch us up to this level here. Now if there's wind charges in 3 dispensers, which is here level 2, I will make it not to this one but to level 2, which is this one here, and we can see that right now. So I put the wind charges in this dispenser, so now there's 3 active. As you can see, there's 3 dispensers with wind charges in them. You just land inside of it, and it'll launch you up, and you'll land on this floor. The doors open up as well. So we went from there up to here. Now level 3, to make it all the way up to the 50 blocks, you need to shoot the 3 dispensers. So the 3 dispensers would need to activate at the same time, plus you need to use a wind charge. Now the wind charge will have to be used at a very specific time, so the timing is critical on this one. And now we're 50 blocks up from the pressure plate up to this floor here. Now once you're up here, that door opened up and you can walk through it. But let's say you didn't walk through it, you want a different way to get in the door. This is where the brush comes in. Simply walk up to the block or to the door, you use the brush, and it opens, and it closes right behind you. And same from this side, you can use the brush from here, and it'll open, and it'll close right behind you. And you have different ways to do this. You can use a spyglass, a horn, or a brush. I think the brush is pretty cool. The goat horn is also pretty cool. You can use it here and open it, which is actually pretty epic. Just the cooldown will limit you there on how many times you can come in and out in a short amount of time, which is kind of why I like the brush better. But you can have different methods. I'll show you the spyglass now. You can use the spyglass, you know, open and close, and the spyglass from here, you know, open, you know, close. So these are alternate methods to get in and out the door after the air chamber has been activated. All right, now to show you how this works. So this pressure plate activates the dispensers around it. Now depending on which ones you have active depends on how high you go, as I showed you before. But this activating with the wind charges would then send a signal to this calibrated skulk sensor, and with this block of redstone here, this calibrated skulk sensor will only listen to explosions. So this will also work with explosions as TNT and such. But this counts with the wind charges. So the wind charge actually counts as an explosion. So let's say I use it here. You can see the signal gets sent up all the way to the top. Activating the wind charge within the activating range of this coke sensor with the block of amethyst underneath it will chain that signal to other scope sensors with the same output level. Once these get the signal, it activates the other dispensers that I have facing into these observers with 2 buttons on top and bottom. Same on this side, 2 buttons on top and bottom. These will then activate these 3 pistons on either side. Then I have an observer facing down into this button on this side and an observer facing up to this button on this side. These will activate the middle blocks. So this will send a signal over to this piston here and activate this block. This will send a redstone signal here and activate this piston. So having it this way will activate this door all at the same time, as you can see here. Send the wind charge down there. Activate all at the same time and be put back all at the same time. So that's the basic mechanism for opening and closing this door. So there's a variety of different methods to use to open this door. These are my favorites. So this is the ones I like using. But you can change it using this bookshelf here. So this bookshelf, depending on what book you have in which slot or which slot you activated with last, have this comparative readout a different signal. Right now it's at power 3, which as you can see on the sensor here, the input is 3, reading the input from this comparator here. Now, this block also allows it to read the output signal of the sensor down to this redstone wire here. As you can see, right now it says it's power 3. Now when I use this brush nearby, as you saw there on the top, it showed power of 13, which changes this signal to then be higher than 3, which causes a change. So this observer sees the signal change from this wire here, sends the signal this way up to here. This observer now sees this update, which then sends power up to this redstone wire here, which sends power to this piston. This piston then gets a quick pulse, which retrieves this redstone block, and then it puts it back, allowing this clock to work. So this redstone block locks this hopper, and I have 4 items in it. And you can set this for a longer time if you want, but I think 4 is the sweet spot. These comparators read the items in this inventory of the hopper, send the signal to this redstone wire, which activates the piston. So when this block of redstone gets pulled back, it activates this redstone wire right here. So this redstone wire will send a signal down this way into this block here, just underneath this observer, which then sees the change, sends a signal up to this block, activating this piston. So that's the contraption behind the key. All the light blue wool you see are critical for this to work properly. You don't want to get random signals getting sent into the sensor, or blocking the signals getting sent to the sensor. Alright, so here's a quick example of the door in use. I just made a quick facade to hide the contraption behind it. As you can see here, here's the contraption. Everything is fully functional. And now I'm going to try it out for you guys real quick. This down here is to simulate the pressure plate going off with the wind charges and the dispenser. There you go. And also the brush as the key to get in the door. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to start from this middle point here and build up 6 blocks. Alright, so after you place the 6th block, we're going to make the door. Once you have your 3x3 door design, we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, temporary blocks on the side. Put an observer facing into that block 3 stacks up. Put a button on the front of the bottom and top, and then a piston on the back. Do this design on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Observer facing into it, 3 stacks up. Button on the bottom and top, and then 3 pistons facing this way with the 1 block gap in between the piston and the door. And once you've done that, you can come on this side, facing the top of this button, hold control and place the observer facing into that button. Once you put the observer down, you can put 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks down, put redstone dust on top, Once you put the redstone down, you can put 3 temporary blocks. Remove these 2. Put the piston underneath. Make sure there's a 1 black gap like that. And then we can do the same for the bottom. Make sure you look at the bottom of the button here. Put an observer facing into it. Then put a temporary block under there. Remove that one. Put blocks one towards the middle here. Remove these 2 blocks. Put a sticking piston there, making sure there's a 1 black gap there. It should look something like this. So once you have this, you can come on this side and put 1, 2, 3, 4 temporary blocks. Put a dispenser on the end of this block facing this way. Move the temporary blocks now. So this dispenser should face the middle of this observer. The 2 block gap in between both. Now we can do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. The dispenser facing this way. Remove these. Looks something like this. Then we could put a temporary block underneath here. Put the block of amethyst there. This one stays. And then we could put a block of redstone just like that. You can do the same on the other side. This is going to be the spot for the sensor. We're going to leave that open for now. This side. That one. Alright, now that we have this, we're going to replace these blocks with wool. Alright, next we cover these with wool. Next we cover these with wool. Next we put a wool there, another wool right there. Remove that one under here, this one. That's going to be our other sensor in here. Next we put a wool here, and there. Remove that one. And the same on this side. There, and remove that one. That's going to be our other location for the sensor. Alright, so this is the front of the door. And from this piston, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. We could put a block here. Remove that one there. Remove that one there. And take these 2 out. So we should have something like this. From this block, we're going to go out 2 more. From this one, we're going to go out 3 more. We have 3 blocks there in total and 4 here. Alright, so after you put the 4th one here, we're going to put a block at the end. 1 on top. Remove this one. Go out 3 blocks. Remove the 2 in the middle. Now come 1, 2, 3 from that block there. This side, we're going to put 1 block on there. Remove that one. 1 block on there and remove this one. After this one, we're going to place 1 more wool on this block here. So after that wool, we're going to come back around on this side. Next to this piston, we're going to put the bookshelf facing this way. 1 block behind it like this. Remove this one. And then here, we're going to put a comparator. Then we're going to put a book on the 3rd slot here. That should light up and read a power of 3. We're going to next put a redstone dust here. And then an observer looking into there like that. Run a repeater on the back with redstone going up like so onto that redstone like that. Then a block on this side, sticky piston facing down. Connect the redstone to that piston like this. All right, then we're going to come over to this block here, put a redstone there, and there. A repeater facing into the redstone here, and then 1 more piece of redstone there. Then we're going to put 1 more block on here. Remove this one. Put a piece of redstone on there. 1 more there. Then a comparator facing that way, and a comparator facing this way. Then we're going to take a hopper and have them connecting to each other. So make this one connect to that one. Remove that one. Make this one connect to that one. So they're both connected to each other. Then we put a piston facing this way. Okay, connect it from the just on the edges of the redstone there. Put 1 on this side like this. Then we take a block of redstone, put it above this one, and then 1 on this one here like that. Next, we put 4 items into this hopper here, closest to the door. Put 4 in there, and that will be the timer for the door to stay open. Next, we could place our skulk sensors in their location. So this one needs to face this way, where that purple line is facing into the block being powered by the comparator behind the bookshelf. Next, this one will be facing this way to where the back is facing the dispenser and the purple line is facing the redstone. The same on this side. Back is facing the dispenser and the purple line is facing the redstone. Then we could run the wire connecting this observer to that piston. Alright, and now we place an observer facing into this redstone like this. And that should be the main core functionality. Now we could place some wind charges in these dispensers. 32 there, put some here, grab another stack, and then put it here. Now the door should activate. There we go. And then the brush should also work. There it is. So that's how to build the 3x3 air chamber door. All right, now if you want the sensors to be quiet, you could waterlog them. Put a water bucket there and one here. Now when you activate it, you'll just hear the chime of the amethyst, not the sensors. Pretty cool. And lastly, you can make your platform. So the whole build should fit in a 17x4 space. The launcher could be built in many different ways, but the important thing here is the levels. So level 1, which is this level here, using 2 dispensers filled. So the left one and the right one filled, not that one. You could go up to 14 blocks high. Level 2, which would be that level up there where my cursor is, that is 28 blocks. So that is filling 3 dispensers and getting shot up at the same time, could go up 28 blocks. Level 3 will shoot you up 50 blocks using 3 dispensers plus the wind charge perfectly timed. So that'll get you up to 50 blocks up high. Now the other important factor is how far the signal from each sensor will go. So 1 block out from this sensor, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. At the 16th block, that's how far the signal will travel. And it's the same vertically. So 16 by 16. All right, so now for the timing and the distance. We can use level 1 as an example right here. So the way we've currently built this means we have the timing of 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks to get to the door so it could open in time. Also, that means we are 14 blocks above the pressure plate. So from the pressure plate up to this platform is 14 blocks and 4 blocks from here to the door. All right, so now for the example. As you can see, by the time we approach the door will open right on time for us to go through it. So that timing works perfectly for level 1. The timing varies just slightly the higher up you go, as the delay from the sensors to the other sensor will take a little longer. So with the same setup 4 blocks out from the door, at level 2 means we have 3 dispensers active with each having wind charges in them, and we launch. And as you can see, the timing is just a little slower, so that means you could extend this out maybe 1 more block. And level 3 goes up 50 blocks from the pressure plate using 3 dispensers and the use of a wind charge. That's that level way up there. You have to time the wind charge use at the time these go off. So that's 1, 2, 3 dispensers active. As soon as we step on the pressure plate, we got to time it to use the wind charge in our hand and launch up 50 blocks. So there, that is 11 blocks from the door out to the end, and that's the timing we have to get to the door by the time it opens. Now with every level, it's important to have the pressure plate 1 block out from the platform. So this one is 11 blocks from here to the door, so the 12th block will be the pressure plate. So if you fall directly off from here, you'll land on the pressure plate. build the launcher is fairly simple. You can do it in different ways. The only thing that matters here really is if you use the level 3, you want this to be a little taller to give more leeway in the timing of the use of the wind charge. But apart from that, all it is you have one dispenser facing that way, one that way, and a pressure plate in the middle, and you have a wind charge in each. So as you walk by it, it'll shoot you up. So these two work because there's a block directly on the other side of the wind charge being fenced, right? Now if you put our third one here with no block here, it won't work because this one won't hit a block here, which won't send us up any higher. So we could put a wind charge in there. You can see the height that we're getting. If you take it out, same height. So in order for the third dispenser to work properly, you need to have a block directly in front of it here. Can't have it here, also won't work. I can show you won't get the height. See the height we get from there. Now if you put the block directly in front of it here and drop into it, see the difference in height. So the block needs to be here in order for the third one to work. Now you can design this next part as you want, but I just recommend if you want to use this third one to go up 50 blocks, you put at least 5 on this back one. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to make it a little easier for the timing of the wind charge. And then here you could put as many as you want. And now to use this here, it send you up this level. If you had fewer blocks on this back wall, it just makes it a bit harder. If not, you can just get away with using this here like this if you don't plan to use that one to get up 50 blocks, or you can design it as you wish. All right, so that's been it for today's tutorial on the air chamber door. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Don't forget to hit that like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.